A hive city is not just a large settlement, it is a planetary organ, a massive, self-contained ecosystem of industry, population, and misery that exists for one purpose: to produce. Hive cities are found on hive worlds, planets so industrialized that agriculture has become impossible. The entire surface is either city or wasteland. The atmosphere is usually toxic enough to kill unprotected humans within hours. The cities are the only survivable zones. You live inside the hive. You die inside the hive. Most people never leave. Structurally, every hive city is divided into distinct vertical layers, and the layer you're born into determines virtually everything about your life. Think of it as a society wearing its class system as architecture. The layers of the hive: the spire, heaven for the few at the very top, where the air is breathable and sunlight occasionally touches your skin, sits the nobility, merchant guilds, noble houses, planetary governors living in relative comfort, unimaginable to those below. By 41st millennium standards, life in the Spire is almost civilized. But don't mistake comfort for safety. The Spire is a knife fight in evening wear. Noble houses scheme against each other endlessly. Assassination, economic sabotage, arranged marriages designed as traps, chaos cults infiltrate the highest levels. Genestealer corruption spreads through bloodlines. The Spire looks down on the rest of the city, literally and philosophically, and would rather pretend the layers below simply do not exist. The Upper Hive. The middle ground below the Spire lies the Upper Hive. The overseers, mid-level guild members, administratum scribes. Life here is hard but structured. A job, a grey-hab block, rations, purpose. The Upper Hive is where imperial ideology runs strongest. Citizens here believe in the Imperium, fear its enemies, and enforce social order with a desperate energy because they know that below them is the alternative. The Arbites maintain their precincts here. They don't police individuals, they police populations. Their job is not justice, their job is order. The Underhive. Where the city forgets itself, now we go down. Past the manufactorums. Past the layers that used to be Upper Hive centuries ago, before new construction buried them. Down into the Underhive. A lawless maze of collapsed hab blocks, flooded tunnels, rusted gangways, and forgotten vaults. Gangs are the power structure here. Vansar, Goliath, Escher, Delicate, Cawdor, Orlok, controlling territory, water stills, black market routes, and contraband. Life is short. Violence is currency. But there is a brutal freedom here that the Upper Hive will never understand, because no one powerful enough to enforce the rules can survive long enough to try. The Sump. The bottom of everything below the Underhive lies the Sump, where the city's waste collects. Every drop of chemical runoff, every byproduct of 10,000 years of industry. The liquid down here is not water. It is a toxic cocktail so complex that Mechanicus chemists have stopped trying to catalog it. Almost nothing survives in the Sump. Almost. Mutants. Scavengers. Creatures adapted over generations to breathe fumes and drink filth. Chaos cults conducting rituals in the deepest dark. And occasionally, something far older and stranger that the city itself has grown around without ever acknowledging. Nobody goes to the Sump willingly. Those who do are either desperate beyond reason, or hunting something that can only be found at the very bottom of the world. Famous hive cities: Hive Primus. Necromunda, the most famous hive city in all of Warhammer. Its Underhive is legendary. Gang warfare is essentially the city's second economy. Produces a huge proportion of weapons for the Astra Militarum, making it permanently contested and strategically vital. Hive Tempestora. Armageddon, a world invaded by orcs twice, and survived, barely. Tempestora was a primary battleground during the Wars of Armageddon. Orcs fought through its streets level by level. Defenders held floor by floor. Its lower levels are a monument to savage urban warfare. Hive Sibellus, Scintilla, capital of the Calixis sector. Its Spire nobility make ancient Earth's royal courts look refreshingly simple, dripping with political intrigue, Baroque architecture, and layers of conspiracy. Home setting of the Dark Heresy RPG. Hive Trazior. Vigilus besieged simultaneously by Chaos Warbands, Genestealer cults rising from within, and Orc speed Wallog, crashing from outside. a vital waypoint through the Nachman Gauntlet, and one of the great catastrophes of the current era. Tyranid last stands, various worlds wherever Tyranids arrive. Hive cities become final redoubts. Cities holding billions become fortress prisons. Bio-horrors press through every breach. Populations fight room to room. Some hold, most don't. Here is the truth that every Hive city whispers to everyone born inside it. You are not a person. You are a unit of production. You were born to work, to manufacture, to fight if called upon, to die when your number comes, and it always comes. The Imperium doesn't build hive cities for the people who live in them. It builds them because they are the most efficient way to extract labor and resources from a planet at maximum yield. And yet, billions of people live full lives inside these cities. They fall in love in the Underhive. They tell stories by the light of reclamation fires. They form gangs and families and cults and communities. They build religions in the deepest dark. They create art on rusted walls. The Hive City is designed to crush the human spirit, and the human spirit refuses to be crushed. That, perhaps, is the most Warhammer 40,000 thing of all. Which Hive City is your favorite, and which layer would you actually survive in? Spire Noble, Upper Hive Enforcer, Underhive Ganger, or something worse? Drop it in the comments. If the deep dive earned it, subscribe, smash the like, and turn on notifications. Because next time, we're going even darker. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only City.